Hi, this is Julie Thompson reporting from IAB's Innovation Days, Screens to the Nth Power here at Internet Week. I'm here with David Benahum, co-founder and CEO of Punch Media. Hi, David.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. So you just got off the stage explaining and wowing the audience with what Punch is and how much you've grown. So why don't you tell our viewers about Punch?
Well, Punch is a news and entertainment network for iPad creating original content. It's also a publishing platform that allows brands and publishers to create iPad native content without having a program. And so what we're doing is we're both launching this consumer product called Punch. It's live in the App Store. You can download it. It's called Punch Culture Shelf. And then beyond that, we're starting to work with brands and publishers to help them create iPad native content, but at a fraction of the time and expense, because they don't have to program in Objective-C or any kind of high-level language to get their app out there. They can do it using a web browser and a CMS and potentially get it done in a fairly short amount of time.
And you guys have an interesting approach because it's editorially based, and you have a staff of former, great reporters, including yourself, but print reporters who are now producers of multimedia content.
Yeah.
How is everyone making that transition?
Well, I would say it's a genuinely multidisciplinary staff. So we have in-house developers. So they bring, of course, the technical experience that's required to create iPad native content. We have an art department that's a mixture of digital natives and more traditional people. And then, we have the editorial department that brings serious journalistic credibility and experience to the project. But it's in the collection of those three things, the art, the technology, and the editorial, that Punch gets made. And so they do need to complement each other. And it's very much in that interplay that hopefully you create something new that's exciting and engaging for the audience.
Yeah, and your co-founder is Dani, founder of Daily Candy.
That's right.
And she joined you on stage as well. And just hearing how she was so intrigued with the tablet, bringing the print value of a glossy with the entertainment value of television, that is the potential in tablets. Tell us about that and why Punch is so well suited for the tablet.
Well, we believe that the tablet is its own original media, and that it's insufficient to just recycle media from other platforms like the web or television. You might be doing that now in the very beginning, but ultimately it will demand its own original content, which itself will have its own format that reflects what makes the tablet a tablet and not something else. And so what we're doing at Punch is actually trying to create editorial experiences that could only exist on an iPad. We often say in the office, you don't read Punch, you play Punch. The other thing we say is if you could create this content on the web or put it in a print publication, tear it up, throw it out, and rethink it. It should only be enabled on a tablet. It should be an experience that you could only see happening on a tablet, because ultimately that's what the consumer who bought a tablet wants. They want that special experience that can only be had on this device that they purchased.
Yeah, we were going to ask you that in terms of other screens, and would it translate to television? Would it translate to connected,
Right.
screens?
I mean, in its form, it translates directly to the tablet, and it would not work on television in the sense that elements of it just couldn't be on TV. It's not an interactive medium. Having said that, we are mindful that some of the content we create can go into other networks like YouTube and video in particular, and we will be leveraging that. We do create some content that can naturally sort of go off the tablet because it is video based, and so that becomes a calling card for the Punch experience. It almost serves as a marketing tool to generate awareness for Punch itself across the web.
Before we walked outside here, after you left the stage, there was a great tweet that I will quote verbatim. It said, "Really impressed with Punch, really cool app, truly interactive, platform-native experiences for brands, including CMS." So tell us about that.
Well,
Please.
I think what they were referring to is that CMS stands for Content Management System, and it means that we actually have a pretty easy-to-use platform where you can log into a web browser and actually create the content directly in your art department or your creative department by assembling the assets and then defining all the interaction that you want to see happening on the screen, hitting publish, and then presto, it essentially appears on the iPad. And that is a revolution because it does lower the barrier to producing app-like experiences. And until that barrier really starts to come down, it'll restrict what brands and publishers feel they can do on the tablet, both because it's too expensive and takes too long to do if you have to actually program it from scratch. And so we think we're part of a bigger wave, which will be transforming the ease of use for content creators for the tablet. And with that, this whole medium will explode and grow even further by providing consumers with even more sort of relevant, topical, exciting, original content that feels like it was made for a tablet of the tablet.
Yeah, and does that include, I mean, there's the challenge of different screen sizes of different tablets by different manufacturers. How are you helping with that, or is there a way you can help with that?
Yeah. Well, Randall asked this question about standardization, and you want to have the scale and the ad units that comes with some kind of standardization. How do we deal with that? And my answer to that is simply, let's first experiment. It's premature now in that we don't yet fully understand what the most compelling marketing and advertising messages are on a tablet. So let's make them, let's see how people react to them, and the ones that work well, we can then reverse engineer essentially the standards that would be needed to support that across multiple tablets, across multiple screen sizes. And then you begin to walk into, I think, what makes this different in that it's not about setting a specific size ratio for this type of content. It's about creating, in a sense, APIs, or basically application interfaces that allow you to send images, send video, and assemble that into the ad unit directly in whatever the app is that's being used. And that is a different kind of standardization than what we currently have on the open web.
Great. Well, best of luck to you.
Thank
It's
you.
really exciting. People were, really excited with your presentation,
Thank
and
you.
more to come.
More
So
to come.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.